remember when I was 30 and I had all these things on my checklist to do. And some of you may have the same thing. I'm really glad I went through this 10 years ago instead of now. I wanted to have a certain watch, a certain car, live in a certain zip code, have a private practice, go to a club, spend time with my family and friends, and, live the life that I kind of thought I wanted to have. And I'm not saying any of that to brag because, people I see have their own jets, come in Ferraris. So it's not a matter of me being above somebody else. And you need to think the same thing in your own life. It's what do you think you need to be happy? Well, I remember driving down this road. It was a 2-minute drive from my house to my clinic. So it was, the heated seats didn't even warm up in the winter when I drove from one to the other. It was that close. But I remember, looking down and kind of realizing all of this and getting this full body chill and saying, wait a minute, I'm not happy still. Like there's still a part of me that isn't complete. There's still got to be something inside of me that isn't just joyous, and I have all these things checked off my list. And I'm so glad it happened at 30 instead of at 40 or 50 or 60, because we do see people in our office that are miserable and are very, very well off and have everything in life except happiness. Now, this video isn't about happiness, but what it is about is when you're not happy, I want you to know what it's doing inside of you. When we perceive something that is not okay or something that bothers us, it sends a signal, obviously in our mind, to our physical brain that says there's a problem, we need to fix it. Well, depending on the severity of the problem, it triggers something called the fight or flight response. Now, this could be as dumb as somebody not liking a picture of dinner you made that you posted on Facebook. Seriously, I'm not joking. It bothers some people when nobody likes them. It could be being stuck in rush hour traffic. It could be having one pressed shirt left and spilling coffee on it before a big meeting. It could be not being on work on time. There's so many different things that can cause this frustration. And we live with these stressors over and over and over all day long, right? How many of us have had those mornings where it's just a cascade of events and all of them are stressful, all of them are frustrating? Maybe we have a rough night when we get home and it's hard to get to sleep and then the morning comes way too fast. Whatever it might be, it's causing a change in our brain which changes our body and causes us to tense our muscles, breathe more shallow, not get as much oxygen to our brain. So kind of weird how we started off light and fluffy about not having things we want and being happy, but it ties right into our physical health. And I really hope this is beneficial for you because these are the kind of things that we talk about in my book coming out, Check Your Blind Spot, the 7 ways we unintentionally destroy our health, happiness, and productivity. And I really hope that most people find this book of use and that it's not a diet plan. It's not a certain get-rich-quick scheme. It's not how to be a better salesperson. Those are all excellent, books and tools out there. This is how everybody is going through life with blind spots. When you're driving your car and you look over your shoulder, you look to see if somebody's there before you move over because you could get in an accident. But that blind spot's constantly changing. If you look now, there might be a car there or there might not be. But if you look in 30 seconds, it could change. There may or may not be a car there. And it may or may not be safe to make that next move in driving or in life. Now, the book isn't necessarily a self-help book. It's more of a preface in that before you do anything, you really should learn these things. Before you read the next book, hire the next coach, see the next doctor, there are things that we can help you learn about your mind, body, and brain that might not show up in traditional medicine, might not be something that's touched upon with the next coach or someone you're working with. I want to leave you with an idea here. We're having this conversation while I'm talking into a camera and you're watching it, and let's say you smell smoke right now, and the smoke is a sign that there's a fire or something not good. You're going to probably turn this video off, even if you enjoy it, and take care of that other fire. Well, we have other fires inside of us that take the same place as that. They distract us from what we should be doing, and they draw our attention and our processing of our brains away from being in a healthy state. So to translate this into reality, the front of your brain actually kind of shuts off. The connectivity is lost to other parts of the brain where we make decisions, Logic, reasoning, analysis, judgment, planning, all these important things we need, controlling our impulses, it's all out the window when we're stressed. And we have a whole other video on the stress response, if you haven't seen it yet. But the bottom line is that we're dealing with less processing power in our brains when we're stressed. And most of us are going through life day in and day out stressed. And joke about it at the water cooler or say, oh, you think that's bad? Well, I had this happen. And it's more of a joking matter. And it's really not a joking matter because before I got into this field, I had a lot of stress. Now, I still have a lot of stress. But I know where it is, and I know when it gets bad how I can diminish some of that stress and what's happening in my brain. Now, I know most of you may not have science labs at your office to check your brain, body, and mind, but it is out there. And that's my passion, is to bring the field of psychophysiology to the masses and have them understand what we do and try and have that complement traditional methods instead of compete with them. I'm Kyle Ferroly. I hope you've enjoyed this from spirituality to science conversation that we've had here. And I look forward to meeting you soon on a stage or talking to you maybe through my book or through some more videos that are on here. Any questions, you can always call the Center for Mind-Brain Balance, and I look forward to meeting you soon. Thanks.